Hi, I'm Gareth Green and welcome to this video on voice leading. In fact, this is the third video in a series of 12. Doesn't matter which order you take these in, but having looked at this one, you might want to look at the other 11. Lots of people asking us just to put together what are the key things we need to know about voice leading? In other words, when you're writing music, are there particular things about, which notes one voice, one part in the music might want to go to? How do parts interact with each other? How do we deal with all these things that are under this heading of voice leading? Now, in this video, I want to talk about this topic that we're trying to balance leaps with steps when we write. If I write a melody that all goes by step, I can keep going all day by step, but you know what? It's a bit boring, isn't it? There's never a leap to be heard, and I'm just going by step. So we don't really want to do that. If I spend my whole day going in leaps, that also gets too much on the ear, doesn't it? So we need a bit of a balance between leaps and steps. When we're making steps, neighbouring notes, we call that conjunct movement. When we're leaping, we call that disjunct movement. Now, one thing about voice leading that's worth thinking about is balance up your conjunct and disjunct movements so that works. But when you make a leap in one direction, it's often a good idea to follow that leap with a step in the opposite direction. Now, this doesn't mean to say that you always have to do this, but it's quite a useful way of writing. So let me just have a look at this piece of music that I put together. Let me play it to you first of all. Okay, so it's just like 4 bars of piece of music, 4 measures. But notice what the red circles are telling us. If we have a look at the first one, where we're having a look at the lower part leaps up a fifth from F to C and then comes down by step. So you see we're making a leap up and then we're stepping down. So make a leap one way, step back in the opposite direction. Then you notice in the next bar, the next measure, I've got the upper voice leaping down a 6 this time, but then stepping up. So you're kind of mitigating that big leap downwards with a step upwards. And then in this last bar, notice the lower part is going up a 7th and then stepping down. And you hear how you can go up a 7th, and that step just helps to kind of make the leap work, doesn't it? If I go with a leap and then I have another leap, it's kind of like, whoa. But if I do the leap and then I step back, it all works very nicely. And then I've managed to do another one in the top voice in the same bar, the same measure. This time only going up a 4th, but stepping down again. As I say, you don't have to do this every time, but generally speaking, the wider the leap, the more important it might be to do this. And so it saves you having this kind of impact of a big leap and then another big leap in the same direction. That can cause other troubles anyway, which we'll come to in other videos here. But it's generally smoothing out the leap. So we're getting the positive impact of the leap followed by something that mitigates it. Okay, so listen to the upper part. Here's a leap and a step in the opposite direction. Here's a leap, step in the opposite direction. Notice I've done that with slightly different rhythm. Listen to the lower voice. Leaping upwards, stepping in the opposite direction. A run of conjunct movement, then a big leap upwards, step downwards. And you see how that voice leading works. Then when you get 2 voices interacting with each other, doing this, you can hear these 2 parts flow on really nicely. So there we are, how you can balance leaps with steps in the opposite direction straight after the leap. So that's voice leading tip 3. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, have a look at the Music Matters website, www.mmcourses.co.uk. And if you're wanting to improve your piano skills or your keyboard skills, have a look at our Play Piano courses. Play Piano 1 is completely free. Just download it. It's all yours. You have it for life. All there. If you want to move on from there, Play Piano 2 will take you to a greater level. So you may be someone who's kind of writing music, but you're not primarily a keyboard player. Well, the Play Piano courses will just give you some basic piano keyboard skills that will help you to improve going about your own composition, your own writing. That's a really useful thing to do. www.mmcourses.co.uk